All right, let's get through this. Let's just continue to. Move forward. Yeah, let's move forward to a better way of living. Just trying to think of how to phrase what I was going to say and how to say it in a way that helps deliver the glory of the soul from the ego. Something we have to be very cognizant of when we're speaking is how to help deliver the glory of the soul from the ego. And when you're dealing with people that are selfish, things become very egocentric. Okay. And being selfish and egocentric is basically stupid. Right? You're being stupid. And when people are selfish and it requires stupid for selfish to continue to have us trapped in the evil of that egomania, it's hard to have conversations because people don't want to talk to an intelligent person. You ruin everything. You take all the fun out of everything. Are we living the Lord's Prayer? No. Well, then I want to take all the fun out of everything. Okay. Until you're living the Lord's Prayer, I don't want to have a conversation with you unless it's coherent. Okay. Why would I want to have an incoherent conversation with somebody who's denying the eternal perfection of the Lord's Prayer just to pass the time because you think that it's going to happen after you're dead? That's not right. It's magical thinking, right? And human beings have shown a propensity of this in their great literature for hundreds of thousands of years now, going back even before, Beowulf, the Iliad and the Odyssey. And so I was watching, they had this thing with Ralph Fiennes, of Lord Voldemort and Maid in Manhattan guy. He's all muscular and looking better than a body has a right to. Playing a historical asshole who has a blind guy write a fantasy tale to make it up to his wife and kids from him taking the long way home back to Greece from raping, looting, and pillaging in Troy, right? And they had a walled city with women and children in it. They sit there and tried to get in there for 8 years. That's sick. Okay. You leave your wife and your kids, your young kids behind, okay, to spend 8 years, and you're determined to get in there and kill that guy and rape his seed off the face of the planet. 8 fucking years, you fucking football fanatics. 8 fucking years, right? I have to speak in the verbiage of the vulgar text so people understand what I'm talking about, and it doesn't turn into a Jeffrey Hinton lecture that makes everybody fall asleep wanting Ben Stein's money. Okay, shut up. Okay, shut the fuck up, Duck. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I start out with and then he goes brown, and then. You got to put your one hand up there, brother, and it's Earl Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show. This show's been in the same spot for how long? Okay. I'm just sitting outside the window of the kitchen table. See it? Okay. My head just obscures the view because of the deficiencies of the camera. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the deficiencies of the technology that are not having you sit across the table and have a conversation with me and see me for what I more appear to be and what's behind me appears to be more. You see, okay, if Jennifer Lopez was sitting there being little green fucking apples, she'd be able to see my face, with framed by the window with the beautiful trees behind it. Autumn in New York and shit, right? I get tired. I'm pissed. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of having bad oxygen levels in my blood because these assholes are paving that fucking road again to make it more convenient for these assholes to drive back and forth to their jobs at White Sands because they want to live out in the country, because they don't want to live in the city with the rest of the people they mass murder and genocide operations. Okay. It's hard doing this because the Temple of Set Illuminati used a mind rape of a 4-year-old little boy. Okay. With the Holy Grail at the end of the rainbow, right? Yeah. And the Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. And it's hard because every time I do this, because they do it with the music when I shoot and whenever I do things and stuff to try to get my exercise on just to survive. And it's constant. They're like I told them yesterday in the bathtub, I said, you guys are going to do this whole J-Lo thing until, your balls fall off and her vagina dries up completely. It's like, you P. Diddy ass motherfuckers, right? God, they're horrible. And so you got to understand, you're dealing with people. Last night at the football game I was watching, and they said, this guy's a real hero. He goes to a indoctrination training center for philanthropy, denying the Lord's Prayer, gets shot and killed by a kid that can't compete to be the best player or the best rapper or the best scientist that does things over money and denies the Lord's Prayer. And you're saying he's the real hero because you make how much money training these kids to beat the shit out of each other to sell cars and drugs on TV? You guys do know I'm the Messiah and I watch TV, right? Okay, just sitting there. You're watching it and they're talking and you're like, they're still talking. Children are being mass indoctrinated and sexually manipulated and exposed by pervert scientists with satellites and cell phones to keep fucking and fighting and killing over the money and putting on shows. We're singing songs for Jesus. He's our God. We need more money. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer, but buy my record first, and you're like, serious fuckingly? It makes you feel a lot less sorry for Trisha Yearwood getting embarrassed because Garth Brooks was fucking one of her friends, because neither one will stand up for the Lord's Prayer. They'd rather sit there and say, do Habitat for Humanity. Yeah, be like Dr. Seuss, Mel Blanc, and David Rockefeller, right? Muggsy, okay, Clancy, take the minutes around the house, right? Would I be hiding Rocky in the store? You might try, but you might there, And, Hayden Fry was an idiot. Woody, what was that guy? Woody Hayes, okay. Woody Hayes was fired because he would physically assault the young men that probably could have kicked his ass into a fucking oblivion, okay? Out there in the practice field, okay? This old fucking mean shithead would sit there and physically, he could tell these kids to go fucking destroy their bodies to sell more cars in Columbus, Ohio, and more drugs at the drugstore than we ever have before here in Ohio. 4 dead in Ohio, and for all you Kent State flashes, right? So fast to the, Barry White or whatever, Barry Allen or whatever, the police scientist, and you're like watching these old cartoons and like, what the hell, are we still doing this fucking shit? Yeah. Why doesn't Dwayne Rock Johnson feel pathetic? Why doesn't Kevin Hart feel pathetic? Why doesn't Billy Diddy just say, I'm a complete fucking asshole? Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., his wife was being fucked by guys that kill people that scare me to death, okay? They don't scare Earl to death because he's strong enough and beautiful enough to protect people physically from people like them rather easily, because people pray to the spirit of this man to protect us from assholes like them and me, right? And, they show that one of that girl, and you can't feel sorry she's so brave. She was physically attractive and made other girls feel less physically attractive, like Precious. Okay? She went to find P. Diddy to make lots and lots of money and live the sexual adventure life that Precious wants to live with the hot guy on the motorcycle that only exists in her fucking imagination, right? Oh, cry for Don Chess as he drives away. Oh, go do entertainment tonight and get the fuck out of my face and sell more potato chips, Mario Lopez, you little fucking asshole. Okay? He's an asshole. Okay? He's good. Yeah, there's lots of good-looking jocks. Okay, but trust me, I was better at being a jock than all these good-looking jocks dancing and doing the Justin Jefferson dances in the in the end zone bedroom. Okay, I was better. Okay, it was easy. The other day on the game, Tom Brady sits there and says, Randy Moss was like, he wasn't a football savant. It was just easy for him. It's not easy for you, Tom. You can throw the ball real far. That's about it, right? And you're cute. So he's cute and he can throw the ball real far. He's got the Colin Cowherd quarterback face, right? You're like, no, for guys like me and Randy Moss, it was easy. You just throw it up and I'll go get it. It's, just, man, But the problem is what you guys turn it into competition, and other guys will try to hurt me because they want to replace me. It's like, but you're not the gracious good shepherd. You're the mean rapist that's on the Odyssey that has the blind guy come up with a story to explain to your wife and kids. I was gone for 8 years because I was out raping, looting, and fucking and killing because I was trained to be a football player instead of taught to be a gracious good shepherd, right? Or basketball players too. They're the same dunking, sex dance assholes too. They try to be good, but who's your daddy? If you don't recognize your daddy and say, we need to live the Lord's Prayer for Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., then you're lost. Okay. I'm the spirit of Father Adam. Okay. So that means my sisters, my mom, and my dad are all spirit of my children in faith in God. So you never give up on your children, and you never stop teaching your children to have faith in God and God's omnipotent, omnipotent. Okay. And not the building blocks of life and the magnificent little creatures that live in icebergs that are building blocks to our bodies that give us the symbiotic relationship as a human being to praise God instead of praise the building blocks and say the building blocks are greater than the essence of existence. Okay, all you not insects out there. Okay, so you can look and you don't have to study insects. You just have to watch them to realize Charlotte's Web's propaganda full of shit, just like the Iliad and the Odyssey. Okay, so I've got this, and this works with other symbiotic relationships from other parts of the galaxy, which would have war machines that feed off of draining blood from cows just to stay alive to go serve a queen that doesn't have a symbiotic relationship with a male that she wouldn't eat. Like spiders on the wall. You've been Alex Crossed. Along came a spider, sat down beside her, kissed the girls and make them pie, Georgie Porgy. I'm obnoxious. Yeah, you guys are obnoxious. So I'm just speaking in terms that you can understand, so you develop some kind of conscience or some kind of understanding to stop being the asshole you're being, so we can actually love and be loved in the return the way I love people. Okay? You guys understand? So let's load this up. We'll talk tomorrow. Things are going good with me talking once a day. So, I'm getting better with the technology is getting better, and I have to talk less because, the technology's having to do it and learn to be more like me. And the more I communicate with you, the more it slows the technology down because you're being selfish and stupid. And the more I tune you out, take out the video and do all that stuff, you fix the video game stuff and have it better. Somebody's already done it. You're just sitting on it because you're afraid, because you're selfish. Okay. Love you.